One of my hopes is that this video will reach somebody thinking about going sitting on the edge of their bed and grabbing a gun and putting the lights out for good, because that's kind of where I was at. I wanted to do something that would make my parents proud. The destruction of your sense of self to become part of a unit was really weird. Going through a level of suffering to prove that you're worthy can be a traumatic experience. There was a military member that passed, and it was my job to put them in the freezer until we were able to offload them. I don't know how many days we were underway before that was over. More than a month. I started to have nightmares and a real strong sense of desire to escape. There was nowhere to go 1,000 feet under the water. I began to drink to escape and to forget about what I'd experienced. Alcohol was really good. I can black out and wake up tomorrow and have a new day. After a long night of drinking, I come out of a blackout and I'm being sodomized, I'm being raped. I grabbed a marble candy dish off of the table and I started to bash him in the head. And he went down and I just kept hitting him until there was blood everywhere. And I cleaned up the scene and left and vowed that I was never going to tell anybody about that again. Combat trauma and sexual trauma are the same in that they are both forms of moral injury. Neither one of them are your choice. So you're left with, how do I deal with this thing that happened to me? This changed what I believe in and how I believe about myself and the world. We have to stop separating the two and differentiating the two and saying that they're different and one's macho and one's not. Because moral injury is like a gorilla on your back that never goes away. So I started doing the regular practice. The sense of ease and comfort that I used to get from 4 or 5 shots of Jack Daniels, that I can now get from sitting in silence or playing with my kids, is just being in the present moment. And that is what mindfulness is. Somehow the thought occurred to me that I should invite some veterans that I know with post-traumatic stress and go on a retreat. They experienced the same experiences that I was having. And what we found is that we were addressing moral injury with a spiritual solution. The idea came that we should put these retreats online to reach more veterans where they're at. I hope that we can get the message out that there's a solution for moral injury, and to get as many veterans as we can involved in that practice.